contestant introduced himself as an introvert, and when questioned how he got over, he said he has the hobby of making new friends, a rare non Facebook one. He has developed interest in public speaking and aims to become a technocrat. Put your hands together for R. Saravanan.
Hello, everyone. Yeah. Imagine, imagine that you're going into the future, like 5 years from now, and we are presently in 2020. And let's assume that our country, India, has become a developed country. Now let's think of all the things what we have as a developed nation. In a population of yeah, a country where the population of 1.2 billion people, everyone has access to food, shelter, clothing, education, job, national security, and all that is required for life. A country where the agriculture sector, industrial sector, and the service sector are going in symphony. And a government which is completely transparent and for the people, which is corrupt free. And an education system where everyone has equal opportunities. And where the political parties play a developmental politics rather than a political politics. Now, if you had thought what I just told you, the vision, you have begun your first step to make our country a developed one. And ladies and gentlemen, and my dear sisters and brothers of India, a very good afternoon. Today, my topic is my biggest concern for the future, that is India in 2020. Will we be able to achieve our late former President, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam's vision of a developed India? Are we on the right path? And if yes, are we moving at the required pace? There are definitely a lot of obstacles and hindrances to achieve his dream. And there is a great need to identify and eliminate them. And most important of all, we as youth need to understand our role in it and sculpt a new India exactly the way Dr. Kalam had envisioned it for us. Now, just so you know, this vision was a TIFAC report which was given by over 500 experts under the chairmanship of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Now, why did they believe that we can become developed? Now, why do I believe that we can become developed? Now, before I move further into the topic, I would like to conduct a small survey. Those who think that we can become a developed country by 2020, please, is your... Yeah, I've got a very optimistic response. Guys, you deserve a very big hand. Thank you, guys. But I want you to turn around and ask those people who did not raise their hand. Are you not confident enough that we will make it? Or are you sure there's a 50-50 chance? Or there is even a possibility you guys have no idea of what I'm talking about? Well, fear not, I'm here for the rescue. My job is to make sure that today, when you leave this hall, you believe in this vision like I do. Now, since our youth generation is a lot talented and we prefer stats, we like to give information, I would like to present you a lot of statistical data which is in support for us. Now, in our country, the GDP, we are the third greatest country based by GDP, based on our purchasing power parity. And for the past 2 years, we have shown a very good growth rate of over 7%. And in the upcoming 2 years, we can even overtake China as predicted by the World Bank. Now, as far as our agriculture is concerned, we know that we are the number second in the world in our farm output. Even though we are performing much below our potential, we are able to give this much of produce. We are not only are we capable of feeding ourselves, we are even capable of feeding the whole world. Now, the thing is that we have started to get good with numbers, you see. And the truth is we have the highest youth population as the other participants suggested. I would like to give you the exact number. There are 356 million of youth within the age group of 10 to 24. Now, hold on a second. Isn't China supposed to be the most populated country ever? Well, it is right, but the number of people in the age group of 10 to 24, there are only 29 million. Now, why am I emphasizing on this number? This is one of the key factors why the whole world expects us to become the third greatest economic power by 2030. The two key players are agriculture, or education, that is the youth, the youth. So if we work on our primary resources, we can really bring wonders, make magic. But as I told you, there are a lot of obstacles, and my fellow participants said about education system of our country. Well, it's true. Our education systems are really disappointing. If we are with the highest number of youth population, aren't we supposed to have the best education system? Yes, I think it is very difficult and cumbersome, but we need to come up with a good educational institutions. I think a unified policy for the whole youth. Now, we all know that none of our universities rank in the top 200 of the world. Well, I think, in fact, I'd be wrong. One or two did make it the past week, but does that matter? We're looking for the whole nation. We're looking for the education of the whole nation. Now, I would like to give a personal solution to this problem. The reason why we are facing a lot of education problem right now is because we youth are really intelligent, internet in our pockets. We have all the resources, we have all the access to whatever we need. And it's really difficult to form a unified education system for all of us. So what solution which I suggest is that whatever you like, you can pursue that through internet and Facebook and whatever you can do with that. The present situation is that a youth in US, India or China has equal opportunities due to penetration of internet. And just to say that you can get that within an institution, within a classroom, and a teacher looking after 50 different minded people, it's really difficult. I think we need to take the initiative and start learning. And most importantly, what we need to learn before we start going out with our point of view is communicating. Like, this is what this competition is all about. So there are two types of communication generally, the external and the internal. So before you go external or internal, I'll tell you that internal communication is much tougher. It's basically your ego, anger, or whatever happens inside you. So if you can get a hold of your internal communication, you can literally achieve whatever you want. If you can control your anger, your emotions, you can really become successful and externally communicate to the whole world whatever you want to achieve or whatever you want to do. Now let's see another problem which India has. It's the competition, shall I say. There's a fun fact. In this competition, if you do not clear the first round, you do not get the participation certificate. So just imagine, to get a participation certificate itself, you have to clear the first round. That is the level of competition in India. But you can argue that it is good that due to the competition, we have produced some great leaders, great achievers, but we're looking for a unified progress. That is our main aim. And as far as our technologies are concerned, we are doing a pretty good job there. We don't need to worry about that. What we need to worry about is our agriculture, which I told as before, because we are producing much below our capability and we need to work on that. Even on education, we are doing much below than what we are supposed to do. And coming to the service sector of our country, we are already showing the trait of a developed country. Our service sector is able to earn more than our industrial sector. And as all of us know, the recent loss of Dr. Kalam has been a big blow to us. In fact, if we just had him in front of us, it would have been really inspiring. But our love for him was always true. And the reason each Indian, each youth, everyone feels connected to him, because the kind of love that he showed for us. And we need to give him something back. Give him the developed nation, achieve that. And there's even, in fact, a youth page about completing his mission. I recommend all of you to please go and like that page and follow it. Now, I would like to practice a small exercise to just raise your confidence level. It's that mantra, I can do it, we can do it, and India will do it. This is the mantra which will take you through any place and become successful in life. Thank you very much.
completed education, and why?
Sir, recently I've been really got interested in the science, in the stream of science. So I want to pursue, like I want to become a technocrat, be specific, be updated with the technology, and at the same time do take some leadership qualities, so that I can lead a group of people and make them realize that what they are capable of.
So you want to work for somebody.
Yes, sir.
You don't want to be an entrepreneur.
So that's what I said, that I want to be relevant with the technology, get a group of people, make them realize what they can do. So basically, I'm employing them both in their mind and with the money.
Okay. So can you give me 3 entrepreneurial ideas that you're currently working on in your mind?
So first thing which yeah.
You want to create a startup? What are 3 ideas in your mind?
So first thing is that the awareness. I'm not really sure that still everyone is aware about whatever is happening around or the situation what I just did. And the second thing is that I want to get connected with everyone present in here. If we are connected and if we are working on a unified goal, if like-minded people come together, we can really achieve. We can really bring up a company or an organization to do something. And there are a lot of government schemes which are there to support us, in fact. There is, like, suppose if you want to become a scientist, there are Inspire camps which are conducted in the 11th, and I actually attended that. And based on that, we actually get support to become scientists. There are a lot of investment being done by the government, and the awareness is less. So awareness is one thing. Then teaming up with my friends, and I'll come up with whatever is good for others.
But you actually spoke about education, communication, and social strata, right? The 3 things that you spoke about. They don't feature in your 3 things that you spoke now. Sometime back, when you were articulating your India 2020 vision,
Yes, sir.
you were talking about communication, education, and social strata.
Yes, sir. So when I said that I'm going to form a group, in that group, I'll be making sure that they guys follow their passion. So education. So as we have access to internet, which our teachers did not have. So it's natural that a teacher will not be able to train a group of youth. So I'll just team up with them, get their point of interest, teach them the subject, and get them relevant with the with the communication skill, and then present the world situation in front of them and the opportunities they have. My role model is Abdul Kalam.
Saravanan, a good speech. My role model
Thank you,
too was
sir.
Dr. Kalam. Fortunately, before
Thank you,
his
sir.
death, I got to spend 45 minutes with him in Delhi on July 2nd. But I'm
Great,
a
sir.
great fan of him. I read all his books, but I'm growing largely his dream. Surveys conducted by companies, they say 8% is employable, 50% is not employable in knowledge economy, and then only 0.5% is employable based on English communication skills. And all of you guys are agreeing education is not going to help you
Yes,
and
sir.
all these things. With all these scenarios, give me 1 or 2 solid, tangible reasons or ways in which, if you believe that this dream will come true, how it will come true, why it should come true.
Sir, it's true that we have not been performing up to the mark. Dr. Abdul Kalam had been really giving a lot of points and the ways to improve, but none of them were being followed. But
Okay,
yes, sir.
just let's go with this. You spoke about agriculture.
Yes, sir.
Can you kind of list down 4 or 5 points of Dr. Kalam's vision for agriculture in 2020?
So for agriculture, he has been working on better biofertilizers.
Okay, 1. I said 3 or 4.
Yes, sir. And sir, I think my point of view is that
Now, my question is this, very specific. You spoke about agriculture. You
Yes, sir.
said Kalam is your role model. He has written his book 2020, detail about various sectors. My question is, what is his dream for agriculture? What was his recommendation, action points 1, 2, 3 for agriculture sector to become self-developed?
So he gave biofertilizers, enough water for the farmers so that they can grow, so that they have access. They have access to the latest technology, so that they can bring their agriculture awareness, that they can get help from the government. Yes. So both one. Sir, something I would like to recommend, like if. Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Good speak. Now, first time, I see someone talking positive about India. So that's something I
Thank you,
really
sir.
want to applaud. And of course, our systems also. Okay. So you approached very optimistic, but I think their plan. I'm not sure what exactly their plan, but some of the points which you had mentioned, if all become true, yes, I'm very confident we should be able to reach in 2020, become a developed nation. Good speech. Thank you for that.
Thank you, sir.